got a little downtime. So let's hear from the man of the hour. DBro himself has graced us with his presence. Good to see you once again. Welcome back to reinvent.
Thank you, Ryan. Yep, great to be back here.
Tell us about it. The decision to make the switch inside of just the 2 minutes that you had to work with. Is that something you had thought about in advance, that you would pull the plug if it didn't look promising right away?
Yeah, so changing the model is a nightmare no one wants to have in 2 minutes because it takes 22 seconds.
You've timed that out?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just in the business we call it eating the mic. Just
Eating
stick
the
it
mic.
right up on your face.
Sorry. I'll enjoy the top spot for a short while, but this is the one it'll just, I think we're going to see a 13.9 average.
Well, it started now, so you could call the race with me here. We got a true expert joining me. It's Ross on the track. He hit the wall there at the start of his run, but you did too. How do you not panic when things go wrong, knowing you don't have much time to work with?
Well, keep an eye on that very, very last corner because that cut that very, very well. That's the best corner cut I've seen on turn 6. Hit the model. Once it hits any type of wall, you just know probability. It's gonna keep doing it. So I just cut my losses. I think I changed model after 13 seconds, maybe. So I think I gave myself just over a minute and a half. That's tough to get 3 laps. I think I only did I get 4 laps?
You did 4, yeah.
So so I was actually, what was going on in my mind was I was just thrown away that round to prep, but it stayed on and I was like, great. And then from those last laps, I was like, let's see how high we can get it.
Well, let's watch Ross here. He's down under a minute. This has been a run, frankly, lacking in consistency. Just 3 laps completed here in over a minute and 10 seconds. The rolling average of 22.16. And I was about to say, it looks like the car's finding its feet, but a little bit unsteady.
Could be a new model, could be a different car. We all know the pain of different cars. But we all have a second chance as well. So the reverse could happen in my second run. That could be the best I set for the rest of the year.
Sure.
But one thing's for sure, I know I'll be keeping that same model. I'll not be switching. It can hit all the walls at once. I'm not gonna change.
It was a fantastic effort from DBro just a few moments ago. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Ross here in his second attempt because he has got that average down to 18.7, but that's still a far cry from the 16.6 that Code Machine put up. That's currently 8th fastest. I don't know if we're going to have one more lap in here. It's not going to matter as the car goes off track. The best average, laps 3 through 5 at 18.719. Darren, you could tell us a little bit about the mentality now, the difference that you're feeling going into round 2 with a pretty healthy time on the board, the fastest we've seen so far, versus what Ross is going through right now. Someone with a lot of pressure and expectation, and he knows he only has 2 minutes left to keep his season going.
Not to even put more pressure on Ross, but he was my absolute top favorite to just...
You're not alone.
Virtually unstoppable, physical. It's a whole different ball game. I've had ups and downs throughout the years. I will never count Ross out. If there's 40 seconds left, he could get 3 13-second laps at the end of it.
It's interesting, Nicole and I have been talking about the fact we have yet to see some of the same speed that we saw yesterday, today, and I don't know, I was kind of spitballing, but I did point out there can be some slight variations in environment one day to the next. Do you have any theories as to what we're experiencing?
Why I'm holding back getting 10-second laps is...
That's why?
Yeah. The reason is we have a slight advantage on day 2. We know what we have to go for. 3 laps is very tricky. We've never done this before in 5 years of DeepRacer. You need to be able to get 3 in a row. 1 off track ruins a whole average, breaks the chain, and you need to start again pretty much. So I was definitely being very conservative, and maybe in round 2 I can go a bit harder. But do I now start thinking about the round after that and start thinking about going back to the fast laps again, which I have had no experience yet because virtual 1 practice round, 1 of this. Do I use that as an advantage as well? But yeah, 1 tip for everybody as well, change the model if you want. It is a brutal 20-second wait. Walk away from the laptop, think about your plan, but go up in small increments as you go around the lap and start building up your confidence. And when we get past lap 3, then start to go for it. So
You mentioned the fact that the next round, the format changes again, and it comes down to the single fastest lap. If you were to make it to the finals, you have 1 lap to set your fastest lap. How much thought have you put into how you're going to approach those scenarios?
The scenario of only having to do 1 fastest lap is an achievement in itself. I think the head-to-head is a really, really tough situation. 2019, we had nearly everybody working in head-to-head. Everyone switches cars, it's as fair as can be. We had a lot more tracks in 2019.
Yes, we did.
Everyone found their favorite track. I think mine was the SageMaker track in the top right. But as cars get used more, sometimes the mechanics of it start to wear away. Going into round 2, round 3, I'll try to be confident that I'm going to go into the top 8. I would never bank anybody out, but I'll start maybe looking at seeing what fastest laps I can get. So really playing around with the tickers. Maybe see me walking away because I'm literally too afraid to ruin a good mood or a good run. But I'll probably really try and race my second attempt.
What do you think is possible when we're talking about the ultimate fastest lap? What do you think we could see?
So Post Under Daryl last year did the clockwise. I think it was 11 and a half seconds.
Yeah.
That video is on our DeepRacer community YouTube channel. Definitely check it out. I describe it as screaming around the track. You can literally hear it. I didn't even know a DeepRacer could go that fast. It was leaning with the corners. Beautiful model. Probably the best you'll ever see, maybe ever. It was a shame it couldn't achieve the same this year. So 12 seconds, 11 and a half. That's with the shock mod upgrade, so that's something maybe a lot of people don't know. Not that I've done it, but it's been updated so it can take a bit more of the suspension, a bit more of the weight. So a lot of these cars are naturally going to turn into those corners.
If you don't mind sticking around with us for one more, and we got one of the OGs of DeepRacer with us, Cyrom. Not Cyrom, sorry. Help me. Huh? Andy? In the hat? Yeah, no, I know. We're back up and running here. But great to have some of the original members of the DeepRacer team around the track. And it is, as we know, of AJM Model 1 who's on the track now. DBro, who has the fastest lap so far, joining us here in commentary. And let's see what 08 Malouz could do, or AJM Model 1. First lap, 19.641. What do you make of what we've seen? Pretty clean opening lap, but now some problems creeping in.
Yeah, like, you have time to find your sweet spot. What I would try and do is, so I would say, you get it at 50%, I go down to 45, 46. That's what I did with the first model. It was disappointing how quickly it went off. I think I give it 1 more lap as the benefit of the doubt, but I already knew in the back of my mind, I'm changing this model. Something a lot of people don't have, especially different when a lot of people, including myself, that was the same model I practiced with. And it just behaves so differently. So I think always prepare a couple of different variations to kind of match the unpredictability that a car can give you.
On the virtual side of things this year, 08 Malouz had the 7th most points accumulated globally. Really strong season. Now testing out his skills here on the physical track. And through 3 laps, the running average 24.267 seconds. Let's see if it changes here on this lap. It does not, but the last couple have been pretty solid. So if this can be a good lap, we'll see him maybe make some inroads. But as of yet, the first lap at 19.6, nothing else has been sub 20 seconds. So some work needing to be done here to challenge for the top 8.
And I face that maybe disappointment as well, that you're not getting what you want, but use this remaining time to plan for your next round. So, you know, everyone gets the 2 minutes. You get a few hours in between. That may be some time to clone a model, make some changes. The model I changed this morning was a fresh model I was baking all last night. Closer, thanks.
Time has run out, and the average of 20.0 is good enough for 20th position. So Andy's going to have to go back to work a little bit, trying to find some speed, how difficult is it? I mean, we're talking about, in his case, about 5 seconds you need to find. And in DeepRacer terms, that's an eternity.
Yeah, 5 seconds really is only just staying on the track more. Those seconds will come quickly. When you do those rolling laps and you get those through, virtually you're saving probably half a second, 0.6 seconds. Here you're shaving off 1 to 2 seconds. You can get that rolling lap and just stream down the middle of the center line. The piece around having different models as well. All these racers have the capability of surprising everybody at the last minute. Everybody is doing log analysis, looking at the trends, looking at the videos that we're taking. I have a few videos. You know, I would slow down the video just to see what way is the heading of the cars actually facing. Just trying to get anything. So we're all sharing those ideas as well, trying to help each other out. So for the next piece, yep, there's time to change a few things.
All right. JJ, I believe, is the last to go here in the first attempt for round 2, part 2. JJ's on the track now. Darren, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks so much for all the insight. DBro, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest racer here at reInvent. And he's going to have a chance to go perhaps even faster still.